Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Sepulveda Studios. Today I'm going to be working on a painting that I started last weekend. The working title right now is Resilience. I'm not 100% convinced that that's going to be the final title, but you'll see a little bit of it here. I hope that you like it. Just give me a second. I'm going to share this with other people. And there we go. So welcome to the studio. Make sure to say hello if you're here visiting for the first time. This is how I look like. It's good to see you again. Welcome. So I've been working on getting my hours in, working in my studio, making sure that I'm pushing this painting forward. I got very excited to make it, and I started working on it, I want to say within 2 weeks from the moment that I had the first inspiration about it. So I'm pretty excited about it. Resilience, I think it's the title of it, but we'll see. We'll see later on what we end up calling it. So right now, I'm moving on from the sky. I'm done with the background, that it's kind of faded. You can see that it's further away. It's a little lighter. It's a little cooler. And then moving forward, I have this foreground and this block or ruin from an old structure. So I have to, let me bring my, let's see if I can do that. Wonder if I can see my, well, that works. What about this? And this piece. There we go. Saludos, Oscar. Bienvenido al estudio Sepúlveda. Bienvenido. Déjame ver si eso funciona. Oye, que no funciona esto. There we go. So, estoy trabajando ahora. Now I'm working on the foreground. I want to add some of these rocks. This is a photo reference that I put together with the various Photoshop and old photos and new photos. So I'm going to try to replicate some of these rocks. They don't have to be exact, obviously, because it's just a random. It's a random ruin. It's like an old ruin. I don't know what else to call it. Where all this debris should be in the foreground. I've already mixed my colors, so it's a matter of putting them down where they need to go. So I'm going to see if perhaps I don't want to mess with my charcoal. Charcoal will be too much. See, it's like I want to have over here, I want to have a piece that's jetting out like this. cool thing is that like when these rocks are all down, they're all interacting. So you'll have some pieces that are casting shadows on one another. So that's exciting. So I'm just trying to block them down so I kind of like know where they're gonna go. Obviously, they don't have to be exact, but I do like what I did here, that they're all one on top of the other and they're interrupting each other. So this is pretty much this block right here. And then I want to have yet another piece here coming out like so. And it needs to have some sharp angles, almost like a pizza pie. I love pizzas. Shout out to my dad. Pizza extraordinaire. And then have some extra pieces here. Very sharp lines jetting out. And not all of these are full. Some of them are just partial pieces laying around. You can almost see a piece here. All right, enough of that. So now I think I'm going to use my colors to block some of these down. I don't want to make it too bright because this ground is already bright enough. Actually, I may do better to darken the ground first. So I need some of this darker shadow. I think I'm going to have to mix some color to put this shadow down. Let's see. I'm surprised that it kind of took some of the color out here. Let's see. you're watching the studio session, say hello, leave a comment wherever you're watching. See it. This color is too warm for me to put in the shade. At least I can use it for shaping some of this. Just focus on these pieces. There will be something else. Shape of it. And right behind it, I have another piece right here. That it's a sharp triangle. And all of this is in shadow. I may regret later not using a cooler color to outline some of the rocks. Oh well. I want to make it block these down. I really like how varied some of this ground is looking. When I was blocking it down, it could look a little too uniform. It's not what I was going for. I wanted it to be more chaotic, random. I want people to feel the sense of danger. It reminds me of living when I was very young. I'd be going around with my friends on a bike, exploring like construction sites, ruins, and old places. And there's a sense of adventure that comes with the danger. Like there's a part of you that kind of ignore the danger a little bit. Convince yourself that you can move on and don't let that danger stop you from exploring, gaining new experience. I like how it feels to work on this chaotic scene. I'm laying down some things that are dangerous, but they're also inviting. John, how you doing, brother? I appreciate that. There's a part of me that feels like I want to hide some faces and some different shapes into the rocks, but it's not part of the original plan, so I don't want to deviate too far from it. Hey, I'm gonna put a Rolling Stone somewhere on here, and then Dwayne Johnson's here. I could hide some pop rocks. When I think about it, we have a whole bunch of rocks. These can't all be uniform because they are at different angles. Some are impacted by secondary light, like shadow stuff. I guess exposed on film. So, I like these first strokes are going to be chaotic and they're not going to be clean. But later on, I come with a more refined brush, and I put everything in. So I have to remind myself, it's like, hey, don't be so cautious. Just put this stuff down. I mean, it's a pile of rocks after all. You know, if I put a rock here, a rock there, different than what I expected, shouldn't make much of a difference. There it is. Now you can see that my reference here. Oh, you know, I missed a important feature there in that block. I like how that's better. I cannot complain. Alright, so here, and I don't want to get too specific about the shape of stuff, but I do want them. Go in the shade. But it can't all be in the shade. This has to be light. Push that back. Is that it? Is that it? Oh, that's it. Is that it? That's it. Let's see how. Then I want this edge right here. Especially here in the shade, I'm gonna have to put something interesting. Just can't be just like a pile of sand. But it can't be too distracting either. I want it to take away from the rest of the picture. I can almost hear some of my old mentors saying, ¿por qué tanto sobereo? Sometimes I get it. infatuated about making it look a certain way. I keep on scrubbing. And I'm risking making it muddy. I don't want to make it muddy. You need. I need to stop using the charcoal and the graphite. Every single. That's the thing about painting. Um, on a regular basis. Like every painting session has its own lesson. So the more painting sessions I put, the more I move forward. Process of the painting, but also in the process of learning and implementing something. You see over here, there's this mask behind. There you go. And it has enough light where you can tell that it's beyond.
Juan, here is your reminder. Turn off candles.
Alexa, stop. Today in my studio, I'm burning a candle by a Florida brother who's recently launched a candle. Brother Vic has candles called Vic's Wick. My studio smells Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops. I was trying to figure out, oh man, what does it smell like? We go to vicswicks.com. You can check out his candle. I was so excited to receive mine, the bubble jar with a wood wick. My goodness gracious. I had my wife smell it and asked her, what do you think? What does that smell like? She's like, oh my god, it's so familiar. I almost got it. What is it? And then when I had to reveal it. She was so close to deciphering it, but didn't quite get it. When I told her, it's a bowl of Fruit Loops milk. She's like, oh my god, it's crazy how much it smells like it. So that's what my studio smells like right now. I think I'm at a stopping point now. Come back on the next session and I'm going to add some more shadows. I want to have some of this bluish shading. Didn't mix enough of that color. It's already dry, so I gotta mix it again. But I really like that. Dark shading, hints of blues in it. Kind of contrast with that mid-tone of burnt sienna. All right, guys. I hope you enjoyed this visit to the studio. I'll come back again. I'm going to start doing these more regularly, but I don't have a schedule specifically right now, so I'm just hopping in here, getting some work done, hopping off. So you join me on the next one. Take care.